Boom. All right. Ready to talk about Bel-Air? Yes, no, maybe so?
Yeah.
Bel-Air, Season 2, Episode 4, Don't Kill My Vibe. For what it's worth, this is a hilarious episode, I thought, and I have a lot of jokes to tell. Just heads up.
Got a little cringy at a few points, man. I feel like we're
Quite,
slipping on
quite cringy.
dialogue a little bit on
Quite
Bel Air.
cringy, but I am excited to get some of these jokes off. All right. Turns out Will is going to get suspended for his role in what happened. Shocker. Will tells Carlton that he should tell his parents what happened. Carlton calls Will on his bullshit because he didn't even know Tatiana Ali, so the real reason he went on the roof was for himself. Duh.
We talked about this a little bit last week about faux activism and when you really just want attention, and that's all that was up there to go drop that banner. First of all, Will, the whole basis of the meeting was them saying they were going to suspend anyone who protested. Then they went in the room and they negotiated what they would allow you to do. So, on what planet were you not going to get suspended? Why are you shocked? Why are you surprised at all?
Because he a kid, bro. Just let him be a kid.
You're too much of a kid. He a childish ass kid.
Yes, very much so.
You play too damn much.
Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil walk in and explain that they can't appeal the suspension because being on the roof was a huge safety violation, which, no, he's being suspended because they told him that they would suspend him.
What? Yeah, they told you they was going to do it. What are you talking about?
Also, because Will is such a huge fucking nuisance and a headache for the team, Coach Johnson's had enough and has pulled him from the team indefinitely.
Hey,
John Morant
suspending your best black player at an all-white school because he protested racial diversity in the teaching and the staff is a little bold. It's a little bold. But for the purpose of the plot, we got to put this on that man. But that's bold as hell. Can you imagine, like a kid that can handle Lincoln is part of a sit-in or something for some sort of protest, and then the basketball coach, and he's a star, right, 5-star. The coach suspends him indefinitely from the team. Fam, you gonna be on 10 TV Eyewitness News by 6:00. You gonna be the story.
Yeah, fuck all that black power shit. We're gonna run one with Jerry West and Bob Cousy over here.
They about to go into the playoffs without their best player out of spite.
Yeah, we got Alex Caruso. We don't need that.
Hold on. Not because I disrespected you. Not because I disrespected the team, my teammates. Not because I went against the play call in the last game and won the game for myself. Because I protested.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely.
Hey, yo, this man is putting up he's putting up a damn billboard saying, Ben Crumb, come to my school. Come to my school. It is a civil rights lawsuit waiting to happen.
Facts. Nathan Moore says, yes, this episode had its cringe moments. For sure.
Absolutely.
Will explains that he feels that nobody gets him at Bel-Air Academy, and that's when he turns the corner to a bunch of students applauding what he did, which may feel good, but the attention span of high schoolers is dumb low, and they will forget about this within 3 to 5 business days. Carlton seems upset, as does Yasmin. Yeah, no, they're going to forget about this shit. And literally, by the end of the episode, they had something completely different to talk about.
I mean, it's just reaffirming that Will's head is not in the right spot in terms of what's motivating him currently.
Facts.
Right? He just had this long, drawn-out conversation with his aunt and his uncle about accepting the responsibility for the risk that you take. And then all of a sudden, he gets a few steps away from that, and everybody's cheering and allotting him for the decisions that he's made. So that just erased anything that he just heard, right? And it's reaffirming what he already thought. Oh, I'm being West Philly Will. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Gotta keep it real.
I would be happy when I never have to hear Big Philly Will or whatever the fuck.
West Philly Will.
West Philly Will. That's
hey. My man's name right.
I'll be happy when I never have to say it again.
West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground.
That's my line. That's my whole background.
Where he says most of his days.
That's my whole aesthetic that I'm working with here.
You didn't say it.
Whatever. Anyway, Aunt Viv is having issues with her art show that she's throwing, which I don't remember them mentioning that she's throwing an art show. Am I crazy? Okay.
Well, no, yes, she is. Yes, she is. Because that's what the article was about. Was about the new art show that she was
Well,
curating.
see, I was so busy focused on Michael Ealy that I forgot all about that, which was
He
what
ain't
happened with
even been
Article.
in here. He didn't have scheduling conflicts all season. My man said, I cannot show up. Don't call me until episode 8.
Bel-Air season 2, I don't got time for that shit. Well, what are you doing, Michael Ealy?
I was about to say,
all right. Aunt Viv is having issues with her art show, and Will isn't helping by being at home, not doing shit. Man starts complaining about not being in the playoffs, which hilarious that they suspended him right before the playoffs. Just throwing that out there.
hey, for protesting. For protesting.
Aunt Viv asked about the AAU team, and that's when Will shares that the team has the worst name ever. Zenith Hype Garbage.
Yo,
Hot garbage.
I was like, did Zenith Televisions come back and get a sponsorship deal with this television show? Why are they saying Zenith so much?
No,
Like,
absolutely not.
I start visualizing fatback TVs the minute that they said the name.
Nah, not the Zenith big booty TVs.
The old joints.
Right.
Did you ever wonder, yo, a fatback TV used to last you 40 years, legit.
Facts.
Legit.
Facts.
A fatback TV will last you 40 years. You buy these damn Rokus from Walmart and be lucky if you get 3 years out of it. Before you right back at Walmart buying a new TV.
They do that intentionally.
No, I know they do. It's just crazy how much the industry has changed. Back when TVs first came out, you wanted something that was going to last you for life. And that's how they built them joints.
Mm-hmm.
And now, you know, we're addicted to the newest and biggest and brightest. So
Facts. After Will complains that Uncle Phil hasn't supported his hoop dreams, Uncle Phil walks in and gives him a list of things to do around the house. Viv tries to advocate for a day to decompress, but Phil ain't hearing that dumb shit.
Hey, listen. Right now, what they are doing is they are laying the breadcrumbs of arguments that have been had in households all over America from the beginning of time, right? What Vivian is trying to do right now is run interference for a rearing that Will needs.
Yes.
Right? For strong direction that he's clearly in need of at this moment. And she's advocating for leniency. Lay off of him. We need to listen to what he needs and acquiesce, and bend over, backwards, frontwards. Give it all to Will. Let Will decide. Okay.
Well, we get a lot of that this episode.
Not only is it leading to you doing some wild shit, but it's going to be some even wilder shit down the line now that we into this whole agreement that we into now because of you.
Yeah.
So just remember that I didn't want to have nothing to do with this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to have anything to do with any of it. And I said it was wrong from the jump. And I said I was skeptical from the jump. And I said that this is not the guy. I said it. I said it to all of you. Yep. Don't you look at me. I ain't got no more money for you. I gave you 10 racks. Do what you got to do. Go learn life.
10 racks and then 500, what is it, 500 a month?
Yeah, fam, I ain't never heard of nobody signing a 360 basketball deal.
Yo,
my nigga,
and no
you
advance.
Taking a percentage of my NIL in perpetuity? You mean you got NBA hoopers still paying you?
We'll get to it.
A bozo contract is this? I look like Meg the Stallion?
Worse. Nathan Moore says Uncle Phil gave him chores, SMH. With all that money, send Will to speak to a therapist. I agree.
Maybe somebody should talk to him about Lou and everything he got going on. Yeah. Where's his mama at? There's a lot of people missing so far.
Facts.
Jeffrey girlfriend gone. Mickey Blue Eyes ain't show back up.
Jeffrey girlfriend was in the first season? Did she actually show up in the first season?
Well, I don't think they're officially girlfriend, but the girl that was kind of on Vivian's friend.
Oh, that girl. Oh, yeah. Okay, got you. Yeah, no, she hasn't showed up at all. She'll show up at the art show.
Blue Eyes ain't been here. Will's mama ain't showed up.
Lisa's dad.
A lot of people missing.
What do they call him?
What's that?
Fred. What's his name?
Shiny Head Fred. No, we don't need to see no more Fred.
There you go.
Fred's the DA. How many times are we gonna do court things? I don't need nothing to do with him.
Fair enough. Miss Basson walks in to see Carlton and lets him know that because he didn't actually do shit, he's still in the running for the Founders Award, which Yasmin notices.
Yeah, and I feel like if I would have witnessed it go down like that, like my homeboy got a pat on the back and now he won the Founders Award, I probably would have jumped to that conclusion too. Yeah. I don't think I would have handled it exactly how she handled it, but I probably would have jumped to that conclusion.
Fair enough. William Moloch says, "Yo,
what up, though?
What's going on, my guy?" All right, so Coco Jones is mad busy still trying to get this Simply Spiked deal.
Yikes. Oh my God.
What? What's up? What's up, bro?
Fam, you trying to get assigned or something?
I mean, if they're watching.
Yeah, I guess. Let's do it.
Simply Spiked, Blueberry. I don't have peach. I don't think they actually released peach yet.
He likes them all.
I was looking for peach.
Strawberry and bubble gum.
Hey, strawberry is fire.
Cotton candy.
I don't know about all
loves
those.
Them all.
You're going...
all the Tutti Fruities. And
since we're not actually advertising for them, a little too sweet. Like, I know it's Simply's thing, but...
He likes to drink them with little umbrellas. Sometimes he puts his pinky up.
Hey, yo, relax. Chill out. All right. Coco Jones is mad busy still trying to get this Simply Spiked deal and get Karuchi's weak-ass wheatgrass alcoholic drink the fuck up out of here. Coco and Jazz are so booked that they can't make plans with each other, and Jazz's reason is because he has to meet with his parents. Coco offers to tag along to meet with them, and Jazz hesitates, causing Coco to get mad. But, like, have you ever heard this man talk about his parents? You don't know nothing about them. So, like...
At all. Yeah, but on the same strength, he was all pushy about, being at dinner with mines and what's the problem? And you embarrassed me and you trying to hide me. Okay, all right, pimp. But you want some of that energy? Let's meet your parents.
But what if there's a legitimate reason that he doesn't want them to meet?
You said it's a legitimate reason? What could be the legitimate reason?
What if there's a reason?
What could be the reason that he doesn't want her to meet his parents? Other than the fact that it would be embarrassing for you? Or what? What would be the reason?
What if they're just, like, fucked up?
Like, like it would be a parent's. That's what I thought initially when he kind of got weird about it. It's like, it's probably his parents is going to be acting weird.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, shit. It came correct, at least to start.
I'm sorry, I'm going to finish this. Just throwing that out there.
Okay.
All right. Seems like Uncle Phil gives Will the chore of cleaning out the refrigerator, which I guess didn't land on Jeffrey's job description of property manager, and yet somehow going to get information on one of his coworkers did. I need to see Jeffrey's job description and his resume expeditiously, because for what his job title is, he don't manage no actual property. He manages everything off of the property.
Yeah, fam, he's not the property manager title is to keep him legal, so he can keep going out there doing all his undercover shit. That's just for when the police show up and they ask who Jeffrey is. He's the property manager. I'm the property manager.
All right, fair enough.
Cool.
I guess. Doc calls Will and says that it's been a minute since they spoke, and he thought that Will was ghosting him. Not only is that a weird word choice, but you thought the man who was effectively using a relationship with your niece only to get closer to you was ghosting you? That's fucking dumb. Yeah. Especially when you've heard the news of what just happened to him recently. Can he not get time off to figure out what the fuck is going on? He just got suspended.
Dialogue drop off, severe dialogue. Well, I won't say it's severe, but it's noticeable.
Yeah.
It's noticeable.
Yeah.
It's like I felt like they were doing very good with the slang, colloquialisms in season 1. Like it was still some cringy moments, but they were, for the most part, they were accurate at least. Like they were using everything within the context and with the right timing. Yeah. And a lot of that comes from the people who are using it, right? Like they know how to use it, they know how to speak. Now it's seeming like the writers are starting to take a little bit, or at least having a little bit more influence on what's being said at certain times.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not flowing as well as it did
Yeah,
in season 1.
I would agree. And we have more dialogue that we have to talk about later on. So Doc notices that Will has some free time on his hands and wants to meet up with him. He then tells Will to bring Uncle Phil, which, if that's the case, you have bro's number. Why are you calling Will? Will lies to Doc because man's just like Louis. He's so ambitious and he doesn't have the resources to go further. I don't know. He's just a little bit like Louis in that sense. But then on top of that, Viv is in the office with him. Viv, what were you doing in the office
Hey, fam,
with bro?
let me tell you how sloppy this situation is, right? Not only did you go to this man behind my back and not tell me and talk about all this and set this shit up, right? But all you would have had to do is, instead of Doc calling Will and making him feel better and giving Will what he wants, how the hell you ain't had that man call your husband?
Thank you.
What are we doing?
That's some shady ass shit.
Yo, what's
That's
up?
some weird ass shit.
Nah, I mean, like, I get why she did it. She's trying to be on Will's side and give him what he wants. But we have to listen to what he wants. Man, kinda. A little bit. Not all the time. Got to the point where you lie to me.
Yeah. Yep.
You know? So that's a whole situation. That's a little messy.
A little bit.
A little messy.
Uncle
But
Phil,
I like, you know what I like though? Is that in most television shows that are set up like this, that issue would have dragged out for 4 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
They would have sat there and they would have bitched and moaned about it, and then she would have got, or he would have got so upset, he probably would have tried to like move out or go stay the night at a hotel, and she would have to make this big dramatic apology saying that she would never do it again, just for us to go a season and a half and they do it all over again. You know what I mean? Like that is the nature of relationships in most television shows. So it's refreshing to see them get in and out of these situations so quickly. Because usually this would be the show.
Is that not literally what happened with them in this whole Phil working too much thing? That lasted a long time.
Well, but see, that was kind of like a built up saga, because there were several things that went into that. It was Reed, it was her restarting her career, it was the election, it was a lot of stuff that played into that.
Fair enough.
This is just a singular issue.
Yeah.
And most shows would take this singular issue, lightly connect it back to some plots in the story earlier on and try to make it feel bigger, but they would drone it on, boy. They would drone it on.
Fair enough.
And they're not necessarily doing that, at least not with the adults. They're doing it with Lisa and Will for sure. 100%. But like him lying to her lasted about half a season, and then him just not wanting to, I love you, but I can't give you my all. So be free, little bird, be free. You know what I'm saying? That bullshit.
But I love Jackie.
But they not right. But they not doing it with the adults. They're not doing it with Jazz and Hilary. They're not doing it with Viv and Uncle Phil. So it seems like there's a division in maturity, which is realistic.
Yeah.
And then also, we're not wasting time on meaningless shit, teaching people how to argue, teaching people how to be toxic and stay set in their ways and not talk things out.
Fair enough. I agree. All right. Uncle Phil pulls up on Jeffrey and asks him where he's going. And G tells him, and I quote, "Mind your fucking business, Phil. I've got some personal errands to run. If you keep pulling up on me like this, I will upstrap on you today."
She didn't say that. But she did get a little sassy. She like, I didn't know I had to ask permission. No, I'm letting you know.
That was Jeffrey.
I'm telling you need to ask permission.
That was Jeffrey. When Jeffrey was going down the stairs, or Jeffrey was going through the thing, and then Phil was walking downstairs. It was Phil and Jeffrey.
Wait, what?
It was Phil and Jeffrey.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. Oh, he was asking him where he was going out to. Yeah, so wait, hold on. Okay, so that stuck out to me this episode. When did Jeffrey start acting so weird? What did he find in that computer that made...
He didn't find anything in the computer. Because he tried to log in, and then Phil walked in, and then he acted all cool with his little book. So he
So
didn't find
what?
anything.
So like, is Jeffrey a double agent? Because like, where did all the
Jeffrey's
attitude
definitely
come
up to
from?
some shit. I don't know what it is, but he is
For who
definitely.
though?
I don't know.
For who?
I don't know.
And why? Why would you go through the trouble of
Shiny hair
reconciling?
Fred.
But if he's a double agent, what would Shiny Head Fred have?
Yeah.
How would that help him?
It wouldn't. I don't think it would. Maybe. Did he seem hellbent at the end of season 1 to still find some information on Will? Maybe. No, because Jeffrey would have that information already.
For what? I'm not running against you no more. How is it gonna do you any good?
I don't know.
All right, my son, my nephew almost went to jail over a gun charge almost a year ago. I ain't gonna lose my job. I'm a partner. What are you doing?
I would have said the guy from the firm, but that don't read.
And I was about to say, from what we found out on this episode, unless he's lying about something, that doesn't really read.
Michael Ealy's character? No, maybe, but probably not.
For what? Yeah, what is the goal that we're getting to by putting an inside man in Banks's affairs?
Maybe Jeffrey is aware of something from Phil, but he doesn't have all the everything together. And so,
see, when he went looking for in his computer, I thought he was looking for information on his son, but not finding it, I don't think would turn him into a sourpuss. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it would make him,
unless he's working for Will's dad.
To do what? First of all, Lou can't afford Jeffrey,
but Jeffrey would do whatever because he feels like the same as Lou. Like, neither one of them really get to have a relationship with their son, and so
because of Phil. Ooh, I like that. Because that makes a natural pairing, even where he might not want to. And then he could have pushed him there, right? Like, maybe it wasn't about to go down like that until Phil was acting the way he was after Lou showed up, and then maybe it became a little bit easier to decide.
It's a possibility.
So then now what? They're going to take down Philip Banks? How? What are they going to do?
Well, maybe they don't even have to completely take him down, but make him look a certain type of way in front of Will to push Will back into Will's arms.
And Lou's hands? Ooh, okay. Prediction time. Let's say that's the way it's going. Does Lou have any connection to Doc?
Not that I'm aware of, but there could be something.
Maybe he pulls a Creed 3 and Doc and Lou met in jail.
Because there does seem to be some extra ulterior motive with
Doc.
no,
he's definitely a scammer, so yes. It's not hard to believe.
There's the benefit of also getting bread, but then there also seems to be something extra, just extra fueling this argument, this fight that they got going on. So I don't know. I don't know. It could be. We'll have to see. Is that an official prediction that you're willing to put on the books?
That Lou knows Doc? I want to be right if it's right. So yeah, I'll put it down there.
Well,
if I'm wrong, I'm
not
wrong.
even that Lou knows Doc, but that Jeffrey is working for Lou or working with Lou.
Ooh, no, I'm not calling that.
No? Okay. All right. William Moloch says, I'm still catching up on Bel-Air. All this sounds wild. Which, yes, if you haven't caught up on Bel-Air, this would sound crazy wild.
Crazy.
Nathan Moore says, Phil may know more about his son's situation. I don't know. Yeah, that's also true. He might know more about Jeffrey's son's situation. And so maybe he's trying to extract information from Phil about what he knows about his son, possibly.
Hey, I think this is a good opportunity, since we didn't do it in the middle in the changeover from Snowfall to Bel-Air, to remind everyone that we have a link that Josh is going to put in the chat right now for...
I do. It's for Hulu.
There we go.
But Bel-Air's on Peacock.
Well, no, still a good time while people are still watching. Throw it in the chat, since we didn't do it while we were actually reviewing Snowfall.
No, bro. Peacock.
Better to do it now than not do it at all.
Peacock, Hulu, two different things. So, yeah.
Is there a promo code that they should use, Josh?
Nah, bro, the link. The link
will take them straight there.
Yes. All right. Copying that now. Okay. Uncle Phil. Oh, damn it. Yasmin confronts Carlton about why he didn't make a move at the protests. Carlton attempts to explain that it's much more complicated than what she thinks, which is true, but she's not hearing that shit.
Yeah, she didn't give my man's no time either, and she extra judgy too. Like, hey yo,
Yeah.
get out my face. This is high school, girl.
No,
Arguing over a teacher who is fired and will remain fired, regardless of what we do.
She
Get out
feels
my face.
like she was lied to a little bit, and so she's got her feelings, and she's entitled to them.
Okay, you can feel that way, but what you're not about to do is poo-poo over my accomplishment because you felt like I got an upper hand. Kick rocks. Stacy.
Stacy?
Jasmine.
There you go. There you go.
It's Yasmin. It's Yasmin.
It's Yasmin with a Y. Coco Jones ends up working at the house in Bel-Air. Are you still mad at Yasmin? You need to let it out?
Yasmin.
J Yasmin? It's not her name. It's not her name. Coco Jones ends up working at the house in Bel-Air with her mom. She then explains to Viv that she isn't really creating content as much, but she enjoys the business side of what she does.
Oh my God.
Viv explains that she is mad busy as well. Viv wonders with all that she's got going on that everything with Jazz is going well as well. And Coco explains that she's meeting his parents. Viv then points out that Jazz isn't like other guys Coco has dated, Bel-Air boys. She explains that may be what she likes about Jazz, and Viv thinks that Jazz's parents will love Coco. A little touching moment, I guess.
You see how fast they backpedaled from that whole face looking shit? We haven't heard any of that
because
since.
Uncle Phil still hasn't answered for why he was looking a little crazy. For what it's worth.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's some of the same. Like they didn't expect a Jazz type of guy to be coming with Hilary, but it was looking a little suspect there for a minute. So
I didn't get my scene of him getting thrown out of the house, so I'm still a little disappointed, but it's okay. I'll live.
It's gonna happen probably on some like. It's gonna be little when it happens. It ain't gonna be no big thing, but it'll probably happen in the midst of them like playing around or something like that. The show's too serious for him to legitimately pick the man up by his shirt collar and his pants buckle and toss him out of the house.
I need to see it. I want to see it. All right. Will pulls up on Uncle Phil to let him know that his chores are done, but that's not all. He needs Uncle Phil to go see Doc with him. Doc explains that what he does with his AAU team in terms of training, but Uncle Phil is stuck on the price tag. $10,000 for new players with a monthly fee of $500. Doc says, and I quote, "Well, broke boy, if you can't afford the fee, I got a financial aid form that you can fill out if you qualify with your cheap ass."
He really did throw the financial aid at him. Like, hey, you want to sign up for financial aid? You need a scholarship?
He threw that out there pretty like.
And you gotta pay to play, baby. Pay to play. That's not a red flag at all.
Even worse, Will's dumbass laughed at the joke, which couldn't have made things any better for him. And then Phil wants to talk business with Doc alone. Carlton and Lisa are walking through the school, and Lisa explains how crazy the suspension was for Will and how half the students at Bel-Air are willing to do a 1,000,000-man march for him. I'm sorry, what?
Today they willing to do a 1,000,000-man march. She definitely could have found something else to say other than 1,000,000-man march. But you're right. The idea of something like that is so fleeting. If it's a fight that happened in school today, they ain't gonna be thinking nothing about Will tomorrow. They ain't gonna be thinking nothing about this man tomorrow.
On top of that, they are in Bel-Air. Good luck finding 1,000,000 men to march. Carlton seems visibly upset, and Lisa explains that she understands what happened with him at the protests. That's when Drew invites Lisa to the BSU hang, and she accepts, and Yasmin gives Carlton a death stare. Carlton tries to deny liking her, but Lisa knows he's bullshitting and that he should probably try to communicate with her.
He got into his, "Fuck you then, I didn't even think you was cute."
Facts.
Why you ugly? He got into his bag.
When Doc mentioned Will tightening up his fade, I thought he was just telling a joke. But no, these niggas actually have a barber on staff. That's when Jackie walks in, Hopefully, now that Will is in the facility, he doesn't have to
just
use...
in time.
Facts.
Funny you're here.
Hopefully, now that Will is in the facility, he doesn't have to use Jackie for Doc and can have a normal conversation with her. Which, I think eventually he kind of does.
Yeah, that's not... Chances of that are very low. You know.
Yes, I do know.
Wonder why.
She explains that she does secretarial work around the office and asks about Will's suspension. When he tells her, she says that's bullshit. I think she said something along the lines of, that's crazy.
Said, damn, you shouldn't get suspended for trying to defend the culture.
Yeah.
My skin start crawling. I was like, oh, who wrote that?
Will
raise your hand.
Yeah.
Who wrote it? Stand up. Take a lap.
Stand up. And then
Take a lap.
And then she asks about him being from Philly. They have flirty banter about her asking about him, but I can definitely see a case where Doc obsesses about Will so much that he is just in the room telling little fun facts about Will and everything that Will's got going on.
Damn. It's like, how are you even getting this shit off, yo? How are you getting this shit off? How do you take somebody's name, image, and likeness money in perpetuity? So that means anytime this man is in a commercial, anytime this man signs an endorsement deal,
a Nike shoe deal,
this man, a brand deal, shoe deal, anything like that, you get a cut. My AAU basketball coach. So everyone thinks this is normal except for Phil.
You know what's wild?
What world are we living in?
You know what's absolutely wild? All it takes is for him to stumble upon the next LeBron. That player signs a lifetime deal with Nike for $1 billion, and he gets a cut of that.
He's set. You don't gotta go to that gym no more. See you later, suckers. Let these clowns coach you. I'm retired.
Just one LeBron, and he is out of here.
You mean I got you for life, big dog? Shit, you might as well buy me a house next to you.
He is at all of LeBron's movie premieres. Space Jam 2, he is in there.
Where we moving,
Trainwreck, he is in there.
Where we moving? I'm going with you. It'd be much easier to cash the checks that way.
Yes. Door knocker Jackie also informs Will that she doesn't let people into her world, which would make sense seeing how her uncle is her pimp.
Hey, at this point, that's what it feels like. Seem like you only around when your uncle around, or when I'm trying to see your uncle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Only time I see you. Well, then I guess this episode later on.
Yeah. Uncle Phil asks what's in it for Doc, and Doc promptly bullshits about the satisfaction of helping young athletes reach their full potential. Phil doesn't buy it either, and as a parent, bro is just doing his due diligence to make sure Will's not ending up in a fucked up situation. So Doc being an asshole here is pretty trash, not that I expect any different.
It's like, these folks didn't get rich by being stupid, by entering bad deals. So the fact that Vivian is so gung-ho, I'm like, yo, you don't handle the money, huh? You don't have the checkbook. That's not for you. It's not your job. Because everything about this sounds like a scam.
Yes. Turns out the lawyer reads the contract because he's a fucking lawyer. Of course he read the contract. And Phil notices that Doc got some old bullshit in there about obtaining a percentage in perpetuity. In other words, forever. Any contract that Will signs, bro, gets a percentage. Nigga, you did all the research on Phil to find out that he is a lawyer and didn't think to change anything.
You just gonna try and sneak it in there.
Like, who are you playing for Boo Boo the Fool? What's wrong with you?
Vivian. Vivian and Will.
Alright. Doc mentions that supposed value that he brings, which is bullshit, because it's not that much. And that
I ain't heard this man name drop not one player. Not one. Not a college player, not an NBA player, not an undrafted player playing overseas. This man ain't name drop not one person. If he'd have came out there and be like, yeah, you know, I coached Kawhi Leonard, I coached James Harden before he went to Arizona State. You know what I'm saying? I coached Damian Lillard. You ain't coached nobody.
I coached.
Where's the proof?
I coached
For 10
Sebastian
racks?
Telfair. I coached Adam Morrison. I coached.
But even if you did, them players played in the
They
NBA.
at least played in the NBA.
Give me somebody.
Yeah. Sorry, I was a little thirsty. Anyway.
No one cares.
Doc mentions his supposed value he brings and that Viv seemed to understand. Phil, rightfully so, questions Doc bringing up his wife. And before we get an answer, Phil is up out that jaw, and Will is absolutely befuddled. Strange that Will came to his own conclusion about why Uncle Phil said no to Doc when Phil explained that they would talk about it when they got home.
And I definitely don't have to, if it was something about me and my wife, I'm definitely not about to sit here and explain that to you
That's a fact too.
in front of all these people or to a child at all.
Yeah. Stay in a child's place.
At all. The hell? Yeah, I'm so glad that, that Uncle Phil didn't get out of pocket when Doc mentioned his wife in that office and didn't, smack Doc in front of the white staffers that were probably in the building. I'm so glad that didn't happen, and instead he went home and yelled at his wife. So much of a better scenario. I'm so glad that he didn't embarrass all of us black folk in front of some of those white folk that was at that gym by smacking that man across his head when he mentioned his wife.
I'm glad you made that joke because I was trying to find a way to fit that into a joke, and I couldn't figure it out, but I'm glad you did that.
I'm so glad he just went home and yelled at his black wife for instead.
Right, so much better.
It's so much better. I feel so more civilized.
All right. Ashley is in the living room throwing away flyers from the protest and explains to Will that she doesn't need them. Funny, I'm starting to notice that we're not getting much of Ashley again, just like last season.
Cringe moment coming back up.
Yeah.
Ashley, this is everything you believe in. Fam, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? No, Ashley, this is everything you believe in. This is everything she believes in right here.
Well, we wouldn't be able to tell because we don't know shit about Ashley.
On these papers. So yeah, maybe we need to be looking at these papers to see what Ashley is actually all about. Outside of social justice and her sexuality, who the hell is Ashley? What does she do on a day-to-day basis? Where did all her friends go? What happened to them? They was all at the house. I didn't see none of them at the birthday party.
No.
Where did they go?
Sweetie was there, but not her friends.
Yeah, but not her actual friends that we've already seen and established. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Does she talk on the phone?
No.
Does she have a hobby that's not
social
activism
justice
of some sort? Is she a child or is she Greta Thunberg?
SJW.
No, they've turned
a lesbian.
They literally turned her into Greta Thunberg. It's not.
Yeah.
She's not doing anything a normal. What is she like? 12, 13 years old? She don't play games.
Yeah. How
I'll never
does she
catch
turn?
Ashley just like.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Doing something a kid would be doing.
Seems like
we need some more adventures, like side mission type of things with Ashley featured. That'll be a good way to enhance her character.
Like most of the episode dedicated to Ashley.
Or if they just go off and do some random shit, but for some reason they gotta take Ashley with them. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how Ashley used to get her bones, was following around Will, following Hilary. That's how we got introduced to Ashley, was her wanting to be up under her older siblings and her older cousin. That's what they should be focusing on, as opposed to making her feel all the social commentary spaces in the show.
At this point, we've gotten more information about OG Ashley than the Ashley that we're sitting here. We got way more information about her. Just saying. Seems like Ashley isn't happy about Tatiana Ali getting fired and Will getting suspended and removed from the basketball team, and she thinks it's all because of her, which literally neither one of those things are because of her.
Not connected in the least bit.
Neither one of those things are the real
reason to be sad, other than Will getting suspended. Like, girl, we so far removed. We wasn't even doing this over the teacher no more. We done moved to curriculum and having somebody on a review board. Like, we so far past the teacher
being on the roof. Literally has nothing to do with you. You weren't even there.
Even logically track it back. Like, she should be of the understanding. Yeah, I mean, I said we should do this, and we all said we was going to do it. Nowhere in there was, okay, Will, you break protocol, go to the roof and drop the banner. No one.
All right. Phil and Viv are fighting because apparently Vivian went down to see Doc without telling anybody. Vivian clearly don't know what's on that contract because she really shouldn't be pressing Phil so hard about keeping Doc away, despite the fact that this may feel like what happened with Will's dad. Like it does, but that contract was fucked up.
It feels like that's a bit of it's a bit of an excuse because Vivian is being extra light on Will, and she's doing that because of the Lou situation. So she's kind of using that as like a blanket excuse to overplay her hand with Will a little bit.
Sure. But if she knew it was in that contract, she wouldn't be saying none of this shit. And Phil should probably be telling her what's in that contract because that shit was nuts.
Yeah.
Will asks Carlton how school is going, and he mentions Yasmin not really fucking with him. He then thanks Will for not throwing him under the bus. They then bond over the fact that parents just don't understand. They did. Will invites Carlton to the BSU event, but Carlton isn't so sure. That is until Will tells him that they will be bowling, and all of a sudden this man is all gung-ho for bowling, which wasn't his shit.
He's a professional.
Wasn't his shit the race car shit? Okay. All right. Whatever. Apparently bro has a flaming ball, so maybe,
He likes a lot of middle-aged white man stuff. He likes golf. He likes racing. He likes bowling. He has his own ball. Carlton is basically a 35 to 40-year-old white man.
Yes.
But he's black. And he does have aspects of, blackness that still fit the quote-unquote standard. He's just not all the way there, which is fine.
Sure. His name is actually Ted, and he enjoys a good IPA every now and then. And watches How I Met Your Mother consistently.
Definitely watching Young Sheldon and
all the CBS shows. All the CBS shows. William Moloch says they could make Ashley a singer in Bel-Air, which I would agree with because that would give her something. I
keep waiting for her home. Well, see, I know that's going to be a conflict because Coco Jones is going to sing on the show at some point. Ooh. I know she is. And so then if Ashley becomes the singer, then that lessens the likelihood that we'll see, Coco be able to try to get some streams off of the television show.
I was going to say, Coco hasn't, she is saying that she hasn't made a lot of content. So then I'm like, oh, well, that'll lead into her singing maybe.
Probably start singing on the show.
She likes the business part of it, so they're going to have to track around that a little bit.
Curtail that a little bit. So, yeah, maybe it will be Ashley. She was musical before. She was trying to play the drums with Will.
Yeah. Well, the OG actually did that.
Yeah. That's what I meant, the old Ashley, not... I almost call her SJW Ashley. That's not what I'm calling her.
That's what she is. SJW Ashley.
No, I'm not calling her that.
I am minting that as her official name now.
I call her Ashley Angelou.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes. Darth Uchicha says, just stopping by the show, love, keep up the good work, y'all. Appreciate you, my boy.
Appreciate you, bro.
Okay. Uncle Phil apologizes to Viv, and she reciprocates. Phil then admits that his head is all messed up because of James at the firm, and Doc, and Jeffrey, because G is being mad, distant, and secretive. Viv explains to him that not everybody is against him, but it's hard to say that when literally every man that he runs into is against him.
It's against him. He kind of paranoid right now. He acting like Franklin.
Yes, facts. Jazz's parents are from the motherland, it would seem, and somehow Coco got the news. Now, before we get into the scene, what?
They could be from LA. They're just Muslim.
I wrote it that way. All right? Give me a break.
Chill would be so disappointed in you.
Okay. Anyway, for what it's worth, there was a shot during that scene of Coco Jones standing next to Jazz. Nuts. Crazy. The height difference
she
is
looks 6'6" and Jazz look 5 foot.
The height difference is nuts. I wish I could find a picture. The height difference is crazy.
Like if I was ever trying to blaze them as a couple, I'd be like, "Oh, is this your son?" Like
the height difference is crazy.
It was impressive. She looked like she could dunk on my nigga, like
for sure.
legit.
Oh, easily. Coco has put in work into understanding Jazz's culture. Again, not sure where it came from yet, but she is showing that she really cares about Jazz. Jazz's parents love her immediately.
Damn, we've been doing this for at least combined from what we've gotten in the first 4 episodes and from last season. It's been a solid season's worth of love build up between Hilary and Jazz. Why you still don't get it? She hooked. She's on the team, fam.
No,
she's
I
there
get
for
that,
the stay.
but like, where did she find out all that information about Jazz's parents?
First of all, similarly to what I just said about Jazz earlier, y'all wanted to do this official, be out, let people know kind of thing, right? Jazz put in the effort to be presentable for your parents. She's looking to reciprocate, as she should.
But Jazz
knows.
Jazz knows her parents.
He doesn't. He knows her he knows her parents as Will's friend. That's a completely different context of knowing him as their daughter's boyfriend. Right? There's a whole other level of scrutiny that goes into it. In between, oh, that's just one of my nephew's friends.
No, I get it.
And now this is my daughter's boyfriend?
I guess what I'm saying is, how did she get information? How did she get the drop on them that they're of a different culture? And specifically, what culture?
If Will, right, who had just been living there for a few weeks, seen Jazz praying and knows that he's Muslim, you don't think the woman
I forgot about that. No? But still, he could be Muslim without them being Muslim.
I don't think that usually happens like that, though. Yeah, you have converts, but most of the time when people are practicing Muslims, they grew up in a Muslim family.
Sure. I mean, I'm just saying it could have been the.
Are you asking me how she knew to dress up in the
no,
Muslim garb?
just how she knew to like go that route. They didn't show it, so it's not like we know. She just went to Will.
But I mean, he is. So she probably assumed. I think the context of how all of this plays out shows that she assumed a lot, right? But I mean, they were, at least it started out with pretty safe assumptions.
Fair. I'll give you that. Carlton, excuse me. Carlton tries to give Will some bowling game, but he ain't listening and throws a gutter ball on his first strike.
Several gutter balls.
Throw.
Several.
And Carlton is hitting them out the park. Forgive my mixing of sports. I know hitting it out the park is baseball, but he was killing it. Will pulls up on Lisa and brags on his whack-ass bowling skills. Will notices Drew looking their way and states, and I quote, "I don't know what you see in him." What a fucking hater.
Hey, he been backdooring Drew the whole time.
For no reason.
Now, Drew didn't do himself no favors by the end of this episode. But he been backdooring Drew since the jump.
Facts. Lisa is quick to point out that people say the same thing about Will. I don't know what you see in him. That's when Drew brings Lisa a drink and says, "What's up, King?" to Will. Random question. No. I saw this on Twitter the other day and I was so befuddled and I had to ask you about it. Okay. Black people amongst each other from time to time will call each other king or queen. Right?
Mm-hmm.
What would you do if you heard or saw, like on Twitter, somebody say that to a white person? Like, is that crazy or nah?
It's uncommon. Would it make me? It's far less than saying "What up, my ninja."
Oh yeah, for sure. But
no, I don't know if it would necessarily stop me in my tracks, but it would. I would hear it for sure.
Like you would probably be like, "That's not right. What the fuck?
That's not right."
and this person did it twice, and I was like, twice in the same conversation, like as if he doesn't say.
Oh, like the white person was calling you king?
No, well, it wasn't me, but somebody that I saw was calling the white person king.
King. Oh, wow. I mean,
and it was almost as if he didn't maybe have a different word, like bro, fam. He just kept ending his sentences with king, and I'm like.
Hey, you know what? The more that I put it into context, no, I don't like it at all. I don't. It feels
that
wrong.
is used to
almost like saying master. It's almost like saying master.
I looked at that as like a way to uplift each other, and so
like,
I don't think that's how that works.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not.
Just throwing that out there. I was like, why is
It
he keep
it
calling him
goes from
King?
yo, what up, King, to yes, King, and real quickly when you start changing the
Real fucking
flavors.
quick. I was like, why does he keep calling him King? I was so like befuddled about that the whole day. Anyway, after an awkward moment and Will calling Mans out of his name again, Jackie has invited Will to get a glimpse of her world. So then he leaves, obviously, but leaves Carlton alone, which, considering you know about his anxiety, a terrible idea.
Terrible.
Jeffrey
He's
noted.
definitely fumbling the ball with Carlton this season.
Yes, for sure. But he only cares about himself. So
They got to make this drug relapse make sense. We got to get all the way there before it happens.
you think we're getting there? You think that's happening?
Absolutely.
All right.
Nobody's staying sober all the way through high school.
Yikes.
Plus, they don't even know he's a junkie. They just think he got anxiety.
He does only have anxiety. That's all it is.
No, he's a junkie also.
Nah, bro, he has anxiety.
He is a drug addict.
How dare you compare anxiety to having an addiction? What is wrong with you?
No, he has both. He has anxiety, and he also really, really likes drugs.
That's fucked up, Marcus. I thought better.
Okay.
Jeffrey notices Phil is working late again, and Phil offers G a drink. There's an awkward tension in the room, and Phil wants to make sure that G is happy, which he states that he's only doing his job. Speaking of which, apparently James is having after-hour meetings at the firm. We'll see what happens.
So I ain't know nothing about no meetings.
Yeah. Yep.
Duh. That's why.
All right. Carlton walks up to Yasmin super awkwardly. Seems like the thing you would want to do quickly and quietly to minimize potential embarrassment, but okay. Drew tells Carlton that he should just take the L and move on, and I was almost convinced for a second that he was going to call Carlton by the wrong name. He seemed like Will so much in that moment. I thought he was going to call him like Charles or some shit. I'm like, oh, you're just doing the thing that Will does to you. That's kind of fucked up.
Yo, fam, ain't you nicking on Lisa? Why are you in my face, bro? Go elsewhere. Are you even watching this happen right now? Oh, mind your business.
Facts.
You gonna mind it in a minute, though.
Seems like for a fun, chill time that they were all having after the really tense moment of the protest, Drew picked a real strange time to want to call out Carlton since they're all just having fun here. Like,
And bring everybody else into it. He couldn't just have his conversation with Carlton. He had to start screaming, telling everybody, hey, look, it's Carlton,
Facts.
the turncoat, Benedict Arnold over here.
Maybe he's mad at Will and looking to take his anger out on Carlton, but that's a bit much. Nonetheless, his line about sucking Miss Basson's dick to get the Founders Award was absolutely nuts.
He didn't say that. He did not say
He
that.
literally said that. I'm not joking. I didn't say it, I quote. He literally said that. You didn't hear that?
You're not joking?
Do you not remember him saying that?
He said he was sucking Miss Baskin's dick?
Yes!
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. You didn't hear that? That's why Carlton got pissed off.
Fam, he said sucking her dick.
If I could pull up a clip of it, I would show you. Yes.
I'm about to rewatch it after this. I don't know if I heard that or not.
He definitely said that.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. It was fucking nuts.
You know what? I think I was too busy telling Carlton to hit him. I was too busy telling, like, man, hit him, Carlton. Just hit him. Hit him now. Hit him. And then he did it. I was like,
right after that.
hey!
Nathan Moore confirmed. Yes, he did. See?
Wow.
He said that shit.
Wow.
Which I thought was
cash.
even crazier because I'm like, Bel-Air wouldn't say some shit like that, but
that's nuts. He was talking big. Yeah, he was feeling good. Yeah. He was like, Will just left. I rode with Lisa here. I'm gonna take her home. Let me get these jokes off on Carlton before we go home real fast. He was feeling great.
So after Carlton whoops his ass, it would seem Drew has lost twice. No, wait. 3 times because Lisa ends up leaving with Carlton. So Will makes fun of you.
And they laugh about how you got your ass beat all the way home. Oh, it's over. It's over, Big Drewski.
Will disrespected you.
With.
Will disrespected you. Carlton whips your ass, and then your girl that you like
lost to the
left
whole
with him.
Family. You lost to the whole fam. Go hang it up. Find another one. Leave Lisa alone. Let her sit there until Will come back. You know what I'm saying? It's over with for you.
All he had to do was not tell Carlton to take a L, and he wouldn't have taken 3 that night. I just thought that was hilarious.
Jesus.
Okay, regardless, Carlton finally admits to everyone the real reason as to why he didn't end up giving the speech, leaving Yasmin speechless, and not to mention people with something to record on their phones, which I was like, Jesus Christ, really? Do we gotta record this?
Whole ass emotional moment.
For what it's worth, there are a lot of Asian and Hispanic looking people at the BSU event. I was like, are we just filling in with just random extras? I thought this was a BSU event.
Maybe they didn't have enough black extras.
That's the only thing I can use to explain that. All right, Lisa comes out and apologizes to Carlton for what happened, and Carlton remarks, Lisa to the rescue, just like the good old days. She then admits Carlton beat bro's ass. He then offers her a ride, and for a second, I didn't know that he was talking about with his car. I thought he was about to get some skins.
Nah.
I thought.
I don't think they have the time to revisit that. That was for a whole nother arc with Will and Carlton over Lisa that we've already been through. We've already hashed it. They've already decided. Don't waste another season doing the whole love triangle thing between Will, Carlton, and Lisa. We did that already. Mm-hmm. We did that. So they're friends now, and they're able to be around each other without it being an issue. And I think they understand that if she was ever to get with a Banks man, it'll probably be the Banks adjacent man from now on, and not Carlton.
Fair enough. Will pulls up to the Y and notices homegirl dancing, and I think they want me to believe that the music is coming from a speaker, but I'd like to believe that she was in there dancing without any music, and that they just kind of added that music in post. It just seemed like
it would have been the most hilarious thing in the world after all of that. It was looking all emotional and intense, and he was just like, "Yo, what are you dancing to?"
I don't see any AirPods in your ear. I thought, maybe you're listening to headphones, but I don't hear anything.
You just make it up as you go. Okay.
Will claps and applauds her dancing, and she claims she didn't notice him. Bullshit. She set that up.
Right. She spun around the damn door like 3 times. And like, she asked him, how long have you been standing? You know exactly how long you've been there. You saw him.
Like, come on, stop it.
Stop playing.
She then claims that while she may be good, she's still a long way from Juilliard. Will comes to the conclusion that she works at Zenith part-time during the day, dances at the Y at night. She then admits that she dances 15 hours a week, which I assume that to mean that her uncle puts her on the pole on top of pimping her out to high school recruits. But she does all this while maintaining a 3.8 GPA and taking 3 AP classes.
So you mean you taking people NIL money in perpetuity and you got her working in the gym? I mean, I would say, oh, that's cool, you teaching her hard work, except you scam for a living. So I know you're not teaching her nothing about no hard work.
Facts.
He sounded more and more like a grimy uncle.
Will heads to the speaker and attempts to play some music, and at this point, I don't know who gets more product placement on the show, Simply Spiked or Sweetie.
They did mention Sweetie again, didn't they?
I really don't know who gets more.
Probably Simply by contract.
For sure. Will does his best impression of Omarion in the Touch video while Back to the Streets by Sweetie is playing. Jackie makes fun of him, but then comes back with terrible dance moves of her own. They then kiss for the first time. That was a corny scene, for what it's worth. I thought we were, what's that movie with Channing Tatum? Step Up to the Streets? I thought that's.
I thought you were about to say Magic Mike. I was like,
no.
Got going on, brother.
Anyway, moving on.
It was definitely like a step up moment, though.
You know what I mean? They cut to Coco naming Muslim Snapple top facts, and it would seem that she is doing the absolute most. That's what she's doing.
Telling myself, I was like, just eat, girl. Just eat. Just eat the food. Stop talking. She was doing so well. Mom said she liked you. Dad gave you some dap in front of her. That's always a good sign.
Yeah.
Your dad or your uncles or somebody like that give you some dap while she's there.
I see you.
That's a good sign.
I see you.
She erased all of that work in like 3 sentences. Oh yeah, and then you're named after the prophet, and then I really like how you guys fast. It's like, in Ramadan. Shut up. Trying to eat dinner.
Whew. They cut to Coco.
But you know what's funny?
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
You know what I got from that?
What?
That was almost an exact characters. I don't know why I can't say characterization. There we go. An exact characterization of how the Miss Marvel series went. I know we off topic. I know we're not talking MCU right now. But what Coco did is almost a reenactment. It was, she obviously cares a lot, right? Or else she wouldn't have went through the trouble of learning all of that, or dressing the way she did, or even suggesting that she meets them in the first place. So obviously there's care there, and there's good intentions. We all know what they say about the road to hell, and she tried so hard to tell everybody how down she was, and how, I'm not gonna say that word because that shit pisses me off.
Woke.
How down she was, right? Shut up. It ends up almost going to the point of offense. Like, you're so gooberish in your thirst to try to let us know, oh no, I know everything Muslim, right? You turning me off. This Marvel series, right? They tried very hard because they obviously cared about all the aesthetic around Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan. Mm-hmm. But you focused on it so much that it turned people off. It was just too much for what they were expecting to get. For what they were expecting to get from you was just a girl at dinner, not a historian.
Facts. No. Hold on. A live podcast. Anyway. William Moloch says Nia Long dating Carlton is stuck in my head now, which is effectively what's happening here.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
Which fam, what are we talking about here? Ain't no way. Maybe Carlton, after he inherits the bank's endowment, like his inheritance,
which doesn't happen in the show.
Like, so, maybe then.
We don't know.
Not high school, college Carlton.
Yeah. All right. So they cut to Coco naming Muslim Snapple top facts, and it would seem that she is doing the absolute most, while Jazz's parents are just trying to eat. I don't know that this would have been that jarring of a scene if it wasn't for the fact that literally the last time we saw them, she was doing amazing, and then all of a sudden cuts.
Yeah, she was doing great. And it's like all of a sudden she just started talking, and it all went to shit.
And it's like she had like the Muslim Wikipedia page for Islam written on her hand. They're not their religion, fam. Relax.
It wasn't even natural conversation. It was literally like, hey, let me teach you about your religion. Muslims. Let me teach you about Pakistan. Let me teach you. We're not here to learn. We're here to eat dinner.
For what it's worth.
Or watch superhero content. Either way.
For what it's worth, I wrote the Islamic Wikipedia page before he then said it later on in the episode.
He was like an Islamic. That's a good one. Islamic Wikipedia.
James from the law firm walks into Uncle Phil's office at his house with Jeffrey right behind him. And maybe Snowfall...
Yeah, first of all, you're not about to just be summoning me nowhere, fam. Okay?
You know?
Relax.
Maybe Snowfall is having an adverse effect on me because James feels like Teddy's pop being handed to Franklin, like be with her mom. It just felt like that. I was like, oh shit. Uncle Phil must have taken a knife to him.
You gonna smack him, Phil? Smack him. Do it. Let me see. Oh, shit. You see your dark side.
Yikes. James admits that he's been holding meetings with people to essentially sell the firm because they took a hit when Phil dipped out on them. Unless Phil can pull a miracle, it seems everybody is all in on selling the firm.
Yikes. You know what I thought about, though, when he did this? Homeboy got all them NIL contracts that he's getting paid for, right? And he got these loose-ass, scandalous-ass contracts. Immediately, what I thought about was, you take on the work negotiating the NIL contracts for the AAU team's players. That's revenue. They're all making money. They're all talented players, right? Because Doc is the number one yada yada, whatever he is. So, boom. instant revenue for the firm, and you don't have to sell the firm that you helped build.
Is that a prediction? Are you willing to put it on the books?
I don't know, because it didn't seem after he went and gave him the contract and the money, it kind of seemed like that was it.
Yeah, no, that's facts. K Dot is back in the chat. What's good, boy? What's good, my guy?
What up, Doc?
Will and Carlton discuss Carlton whooping Drew's ass. And Carlton says, and I quote, "Drew punk ass deserved that shit. Fuck around with Big C, you gonna find out."
I don't think he said that.
He said that verbatim. Did you miss that part too? You missed that one?
No,
too?
he said he deserved
Nathan
that
Moore
shit.
in the chat. Please tell him that he actually said that. Apparently, the BSU is talking about mental health in the chat that Carlton, for whatever reason, wasn't invited to, I guess. So now everybody knows that Carlton is spearheading this.
Also a little cringy because ain't no way we talking about anything about mental health. Yeah, you did your little thing, you had your speech, and now we feel sorry for you, but we definitely talking about that fight, fam. Definitely posting all the angles of the fight, and that is going to be the majority of the conversation. Ain't gonna be no, oh, I also have anxiety. Oh, I have ADHD. Oh, I got
no. Here comes me in the chat posting a gif of homeboy getting his ass whooped. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm sorry.
You're dragging homeboy all day until he cries.
Facts.
That's exactly what's about to happen.
Shoo. Will made Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv breakfast, and they seem pleased. Strange that they mentioned that Carlton has never done that before, because that makes me feel like they should probably pick this up as a plot from Will immediately. They kind of do, but not immediately. OG Uncle Phil would have cracked a joke like, "This breakfast looks good, Will, but you're not going to Zenith, whatever it's called." He would have said some shit like that. He would have called that out immediately.
Would have known exactly what was going on.
And then he would have took the toast and then walked out the door. That's what OG
would have
done. Will tells them that he'll do whatever he needs to do to play for Zenith, including getting 2 jobs, which going to school, playing for Zenith, which how much it sounds like they train and do all sorts of shit, and 2 jobs does not sound possible. Just throwing that out there.
He's in high school. What are you even talking about, Will? But now he's so damn desperate. Well, shit, let me go talk to him, man. What are you talking about?
Uncle Phil says yes to Will playing with Zenith, which is heartwarming and all, but what about that contract, my guy?
Oh, tore it up.
Well,
got all up in there with that red pen.
We know that now, but I did not know that.
Kind of addendums.
Further
amendments.
Further proof that I write these as I'm watching the scenes. Just for anybody who doesn't think that I wrote that Wikipedia joke before Jazz said it. Which, by the way, Coco and Jazz start pillow talking about how Coco almost blew it. I promise that I did not steal the Muslim Wikipedia joke from Jazz. I write these as I see them. See, my notes even say it literally as I saw it.
Oh my God.
Jazz admits that he felt nervous because they're different, but Coco asks if maybe they might be too different, which is a strange question to ask because literally never played a part in your relationship until now.
Until now. Well, but now it's awkward with her parents. So, like, is that going to be something that keep going? You know what I'm saying? Is that something that's going to linger on?
If you let it, yeah, of course it will probably rear its ugly head when you.
But then also, she's not what she presented at that dinner naturally. They're going to have to see her without her, her job.
As long as she doesn't make another cooking video without her clothes on, I think she'll be okay.
You think that's going to come back up? Because Homeboy still got that shit. He still has that stuff. He still has her content from when she was in the house.
It could.
I can absolutely see a scenario where she gets the Simply deal done.
Karuchi has the information now.
She gets the Simply deal done. Karuchi gets mad. She leaks that. Her parents see it. Jazz's parents see it. He's like, "Oh, you can't be with her. Jezebel. Shame her." And then it's all messed up. So she's probably nervous about who she is for the other 99% of the time and not just who she was for Jazz's parents today.
Absolutely. I can see it. We'll see. Ashley's reading a book. Will pulls up and says that he's decided that Ashley can't give up, which was really weird dialogue, the way they said it. But I think what he meant is that the family looks up to her hopeful spirit, and since she's down in the dumps about causing a bunch of bullshit that she didn't even cause, that she should cheer back up. That's where
And
I
then
got. That's how I got.
the happiness came from the Black Lives Matter flyer. Like he handed her a folder full of flyers. And come on now, let's turn the cringe dial down to like at least 5. We at an 8 right now.
They're woke, fam.
We are at an 8.
They're woke. Let them be woke.
Hey, fam, if you don't quit saying that shit,
They
me
are
and you
woke.
gonna have a Royal Rumble
They are woke.
on
Let
live
them
on
be
YouTube
woke.
stream.
Let them be woke.
I'm not saying that shit.
Carlton looks at his phone at the text thread him and Yasmin had, which was interesting because it included her sending him photos, which gave me the vibe that they might have been closer than I expected. Regardless, he deleted the thread.
Damn, dog. What? You back in it, baby. You back in it, baby.
Nah, he don't need her.
Maybe it was because she hadn't reached out since then. He thought it was already over with, so he just asked it.
He don't need her. He got Lisa.
You think that's what it is? You think he thinks he's back in there with Lisa? Fam.
They were about to jump each other's bones on the car. So
No, they weren't. They weren't. She made him feel better because he had an explosion. He had an episode.
She did make him feel better because he had an explosion. All right.
Okay, time to wrap it up. It's time to wrap it up.
Yeah, it is time to wrap it up, Carlton.
No, I actually wouldn't like that. It's gonna be a huge distraction if Will and Carlton start fighting over Lisa again.
Sure.
We just don't need to rehash that. And I don't think that's where we're going either.
Well, Will does have his own girl, so
no. After he finds out that she's a floozy and a skeezer and a lying, scamming two-timer.
Yeah. We'll see.
A cheat.
Doc is on the phone, and Phil and Will walk into the office. Phil admits that while he still don't trust that nigga, it's Will's decision to make. Phil hands Doc the contract and the fee, and the contract has noticeable red mark amendments. Doc asks, and Phil states that he'll still receive what he considers to be a generous cut. Doc and Phil agree. After noticing the no grind, no grit, no greatness sign on Doc's door, a quote that Will used at breakfast, it would seem that he's a bit hesitant again. Jackie comes in to see what all the commotion is after they left, and Uncle Doc explains that Will got to where he needed to get to with help from his number one niece, Ho.
They didn't say that. Why are you always adding spice onto the line?
I didn't say he said that. I'm just saying he did get to where he needed to get to, and she is...
I mean, it was very convenient, right? Every time Will showed up to speak to Doc, she was there. Every single time. Even the initial time when he tried to meet him up at the park,
yeah,
she was there. And she popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah, because she is his number one niece, Ho.
You got to stop. I'm getting vibes that like maybe she's not actually related to Doc. Like he helped her early in life.
You know what's crazy is for 1 second I thought she was going to go around the desk and kiss him, and then it was going to turn out that she's not his niece.
Hey, you! I don't think the age demographic can handle that. I don't think that's where we are. That's some power. That's some power stuff.
All right,
because this girl's in high school.
High school
student. So you would be putting a high school student with a 40-year-old man and explaining what the hell's going on.
She did say AP. Okay, fair enough.
You know what I mean?
But I expected that. I don't think for what it's worth. I just didn't think about that aspect of it. It is, but I did expect that. And maybe I'm just watching too much Power.
Yes,
because Rock would have done that
shit.
Watching
too much Power.
Rock would have done that shit. 1,000%. All right. Any other thoughts on Bel-Air season 2, episode 4?
Oof. Okay. So going forward, definitely gonna prove to be the wrong thing to do to let Doc in and let him coach Will. I think that's gonna prove to be a problem very quickly. The next question I'm asking is, how long does it take Will to find out that Lisa was a plant, essentially, and how mad does he get when it actually, comes out? And then, prediction. Urgh.
I'm trying to see if I can find... Okay, all right, for what it's worth, they released a clip of episode 4 before it came out. So maybe I'll start releasing Bel-Air clips as well on top of Snowfall trailers. But they weren't doing that for the first 3. And so I don't have anything for 5 yet. I won't have anything until Wednesday. I'm trying to see if there is any kind of synopsis, but I'm not seeing anything. Not for episode 5 yet.
I am predicting that Jeffrey is being weird.
I was looking at the phone. I'm like, did he just stop at Jeffrey as being weird? Of course we know that.
He's working with the partners or something. I don't think it's Fred. I don't think it's Lou. I think it's the partners. You know why I'm thinking about that? Why the hell did this man go with Jeffrey? You can talk tough all you want. Are you going to shoot me or assault me in the streets?
Yeah, no.
Okay, then I'm leaving. Why did he show up with Jeffrey? With Jeffrey doing all the shady stuff he's doing right now, you showing up with somebody who I also don't trust doesn't make me feel very secure. I don't feel good.
It almost, like, if it wasn't Bel-Air, I feel like he would have had a gun to bro's back. Like, yeah, get in the office. Talk to Uncle Phil. Just saying. If this show were just a little bit more adult, it would have a lot of the same tropes.
Ooh.
And maybe
but I don't think we're gonna ever get into like any killing or anything like that.
But maybe that's what makes this so much more. And I'll be honest, there are some misses with Bel-Air, but like maybe that's what makes it a little bit more refreshing to deal with, because it's
absolutely because it's not going the way you expect it to most of the time.
Yeah,
yep, for sure.
They can't lean on those same tropes, so
yep.
It's at least a nice breath of fresh air, even if it isn't always the best, even if it is sometimes cringy how they deal with things.
I will say that revenge is the only archetype that they haven't touched on just yet.
Yeah.
So if they play a long game with Jeffrey, they are definitely laying the blocks very well right now, because we're a little bit confused on what's going on.
Agreed. If you guys have anything in the chat to discuss about Bel-Air Season 2, Episode 4, or your thoughts on what's coming up with 5, feel free to drop them in the chat. William Moloch says Carlton is going to get Will's new girlfriend, too, because he Big C. Anybody fucking with Big C?
Yeah,
fuck around and find out.
Y'all just think Carlton about to start pulling everything, huh?
Yeah.
Apparently.
He is going to... watch some Manosphere videos. He is going to become a high-value man.
He's a goner.
And he is going to take both of Will's girls.
Who's going to be Sneeko?
Well, Sneeko doesn't know the difference between mags and clips. And that's why Penguins pulled up.
Oh, we have to talk about that on the pod on Sunday. Gladly,
because that shit was hilarious.
Oh my God, homeboy, embarrassing himself.
Bro pulled out an assault rifle like, yeah, this is a mag, not a clip. Out of nowhere. Like, all right, bro, I see you. All right, any other thoughts about episode 5?
That's it for me, man.
Episode 4, sorry.
Episode 4. You asking me or the people?
No, nobody else in the chat. Oh, Power is dropping literally tonight at 12. And I would assume so is the other show that we were reviewing, which the name I forget. Oh, Swarm. Swarm
is tonight at 12 as well?
I think it's at 12. Swarm might be different because it's on Amazon Prime Time. Or Amazon. Okay. It's on Amazon Prime, so it might just be different.
Gotcha.
But yeah, no. Power is dropping at 12 o'clock. So
maybe I'll watch. We'll see.
You'll watch. You'll watch.
No, I'm gonna watch. I don't know if I'm gonna watch it tonight, but we'll see.
You'll watch. Any other thoughts about? I already said that. I guess.
Yeah, you was about to ask me for the third time if I had any more thoughts. If you don't have any more thoughts, we love you all. Thanks for joining us in the chat. Come back next Thursday, 7 o'clock on the dot. We doing Usher time for the rest of the season.
You love that little tidbit.
Yeah.
We got 12 people in the chat, so shout out to everybody. William Moloch, K. Dot.
For sure.
I think it's still in there. Nathan Moore probably still in here. So shout
everybody
out to
like the chat for us, please. And if you're on the Rewatch crew, make sure you drop your comments as well.
Is it Rewatch crew or Rewind game?
Rewind game, rewind the rewinders, the rewound. Those people.
The rewound?
You guys.
The rewinders? The clock stoppers?
Clock Stoppers is an underrated classic.
That's a fact.
Underrated classic.
All right. On that note, I guess we are out.